Graduation is upon us. For some teams, it gives underclassmen a chance to move up. For others, it's losing key players who have been in the game for several years. Coconino Softball just entered their season. What is expected next year, and who can we rely on to sweep the bases?
Although it is unfortunate that the Panthers will not make the playoffs this year, they do have a lot to build on and a lot to look forward to for next year. Head coach Kimberly Dennis will be back for her 8th season as head coach of the Lady Panthers, as well as only losing 3 seniors to graduation. That means that they will be seeing 12 returning players this coming year. 2 players they will really miss next year are sisters Rachel and Mary Tosi. Rachel ended her career batting .370 with 18 RBIs and 3 homers, and Mary batting .333 with 21 RBIs and 1 home run. Coming off of a 15-11 overall record this year, these Lady Panthers are looking to rely on junior Mackenzie Miller-Smith to continue her dominance at the plate next year. Miller-Smith had an outstanding .340 batting average this season while driving in 12 runs as well. Also look to McKenna Gladden to have an impact at the plate as well. Gladden hit .365 this past year and drove in 8 runs of her own. I think if these ladies can have a great senior season, the Panthers will have no problem reaching the state playoffs and ultimately making a run.
Yeah, 3 players are going to be leaving the diamond, so that does mean a lot of eyes are going to be on the underclassmen to step it up next season. Both sisters Mary and Rachel Tosi and Taylor Garcia, who have had tremendous impacts on the team's success, will be gone. So let's stay on the diamond. This team has been impressive. Flagstaff Eagles Baseball has made impressive plays despite recent setbacks. After wins over Winslow and Washington, the Flagstaff Eagles Baseball team have 2 more games left in their schedule. Where does this team stand as the season wraps up?
As far as playoffs are concerned, the Eagles are going to need plenty of outside help from Mingus and Coconino in order to punch their ticket in. The Eagles currently sit at 16-9 on the season, ranking 45th in the state of Arizona. Coach Michael Dobosh has run this team with authority this year, so look for nothing to change come playoff time. The Eagles are going to look to senior shortstop and leadoff hitter Brennan Brogny to kickstart their offense should they make the playoffs. Brogny is hitting .382 this year while driving in 17 and scoring 34 runs of his own. He's even connected for 2 home runs as well. He's been their staple leadoff guy this year and is also a very sure-handed and hard-throwing shortstop out in the field. Also look for the senior pitcher-catcher duo of Jimmy Gannan and Jared Wetzel to be the main battery crew for this Eagles team. Gannan has a 3-1 record this year with a great 2.90 ERA and 16 strikeouts. His partner behind the plate is senior-to-be Jared Wetzel. Wetzel is hitting an astounding .400 this year while knocking in 12 runs in the meantime. Also keep an eye on captain and senior-to-be Drew Healy to lock down his position at the hot corner at third base for next season. Healy's batting .357 with a team-leading 27 RBIs and a single home run this year. If the Eagles don't make the playoffs this year, there's no doubt that they will be able to return and make a deep run in next year's season.
You're completely right, Creighton. With Drew Healy on that mound next season, not only being a captain but a senior, this Eagle knows what to do and what is expected of him. NAU men's tennis will be at semifinals this evening. What can we expect from these Jacks out on the courts in Phoenix? Now, for 2 years in a row, women's tennis will also be competing in the Big Sky, also being regular season champs. What is different and what can we expect from these ladies as comparison to last year?
Starting on the side of men's tennis, these boys are heading into the Big Sky tournament as the #1 seed and also sporting a first-round bye. Player to watch is sophomore Tim Handel out of Germany, who was the only Lumberjack to go undefeated in all-conference play this season. As for the women's side of things, this is their 2nd consecutive year entering the tournament as regular season champions. Make sure you keep an eye on Chiara Tomasetti, who racked up 18 total wins during the regular season. This women's team as a whole is riding a 7-match winning streak heading into this tournament, so look for them to continue that dominance over these division opponents and ultimately bring home the title this year.
For the first time since 1982, this team will go into the Big Sky Conference Tournament as regular season champions. There's no stopping this team within the Big Sky, especially with Handel on that roster. Handel has led this team with single wins with 16 overall and 11 in conference. As for women's, they are expected to bring something different this year to the championship, especially with Tomasetti leading the Jacks in single wins with 18 overall and 10 in conference. And in doubles, Tomasetti and Savay lead the Jacks with 15 overall wins. I'm excited to see them at the Big Sky doing what they do best, win and lead. I wish I could run like these athletes. Last but not least, NAU track and field have been going the distance, recently closing their Cardinal Classic and sprinting into the Steve Scott Invitational. What is expected from these Jacks this weekend?
The NAU track and field team is out in Irvine, California today and tomorrow for the Steve Scott Invitational. This 2-day tournament is going to see 7 field events and several other track events. The action will be back underway tomorrow morning from UC Irvine, starting with the men's 4x100 relay starting at noon. Make sure to keep an eye on freshman throwers Jacob Kaufman and Parker Jones in their throws competitions, as well as senior sprinter Nicole Fatinos. Last year, Fatinos was a member of the record-setting women's 4x400 relay team and also was able to qualify for the NCAA West prelims in the 400-meter event. These impressive statistics lead me to believe that she and all the other NAU athletes at this event will be able to perform at a very high level this weekend and hopefully be able to bring home a win.
I think I might call up Coach Michael Smith to get in there for some trainings. Wait, who am I kidding? I can't do that.